Hi, I'm Aunt Athena, and recently I received thousands upon thousands of messages from fans. And I want to thank you for being curious about me. I am honored that you are interested to learn more about me, my philosophy, and how I got to this place in my life. So based on a lot of the questions I received, I put together a frequently asked questions page. They were literally the frequently asked questions. It's on my website, auntathena.com, underneath About Me. And those two pages, About Me and Frequently Asked Questions, you will learn a lot about who I am. But also, I was interviewed on a podcast called Hey Human. And the links to that podcast, and I say links plural because it was 2 parts, 2 hours long, is on my website under media. And there I dive really deep into the history of my life and different experiences and what I'm working on in the future. And the podcast I did in December of 2019. So it's really recent. But what I'd like to do now is discuss some of these frequently asked questions. The most common question that I get are you married? Are you single? Have you been divorced? Well, I am single. I have been married. I have been divorced. And now I am happily single by choice. I have no interest in getting into a coupling relationship with one person. That is not my lifestyle at the moment and not the chapter of my life that I am in. I am doing a lot of self-reflection, and that means that I need a lot of alone time. In fact, I think we all need a lot of alone time to really be with ourselves. If you're not comfortable being with yourself, then why would anybody else be comfortable being with you? So this is what I'm working on within myself. And so I am happily single by choice. And I also prefer to be solo. And I thank you for respecting those wishes and that lifestyle that I have right now. Another question that I get is, how old are you? Most women don't like that question. I love it. I love that question. I am 49 years old. I'll be 50 years old, a half a century at the end of this year. And that is why my subscription on my website is $19.70, because 50 years ago was 1970, and that's the year that I was born. So when you subscribe to my website, you're contributing to one of my passion projects, which is a television show called Her Shoes, where I live with and interview Indigenous women about their process of life and all the intricacies of it. I'll go into that a little bit later. I like this question. Are you real? Now, it has lots of facets. Sometimes they ask me if my hair is real. Lots of times they ask me if my butt is real. But am I real? Am I for real? You know, I pinch myself every day wondering the same question. Is this reality? What is reality? I am going to explore that in a whole different video. But for the sake of the frequently asked questions, yes, I'm 100% real. This is my natural hair color. This is my natural bottom. I know you guys want me to move my camera down to show you my bottom, but you've seen plenty of it every Tuesday when I post my Tushy Tuesday. That tushy is 100% real. I've never had surgery. No implants, nothing. My body is the way my DNA has designed me to be. And I will say that it is a lot easier to live happily with your DNA. Then you're not fighting against who you are. Just physically who you are. There's a whole different realm when we get into who you are. Oh, this one was fun. Where have you been my whole life? And my answer was, I can barely keep track of where I've been my whole life, let alone where you've been my whole life. What do you do to get a body like that? I have been an avid exerciser my entire life, but most of the time it has come from just being a really active person. I spent 10 years of my life in my 20s and a little bit into my 30s working as a stripper. Pole dancing is one of the best exercises you can do. And the fact that so many women are pole dancing now for exercise is phenomenal, because you will never be in better shape than when you lift yourself up a pole and swing around it and flip yourself upside down. That isometric exercise of carrying your body weight and cantilevering it out on a pole, best exercise ever. But I can't travel with a pole. If I come upon one, I love swinging on them, but I can't do what I used to do in my 20s. So how do I keep my figure now? Well, I always look for stairs. I love stairs. Stairs are a great exercise. I'm an avid backpacker, so stairs tends to be a great way to stay in shape for hiking, long distance hiking. So everywhere I go, I look for stairs. It might be in a building. Where I am right now, there's stairs behind me. There's also a whole bunch of stairs leading up a mountain that I exercise on every single morning. There's 186 steps, and I do it 10 times. So I'm doing 1,860 steps every single day, and I take one day off a week. I also do dips on a chair. And I do, right now I'm at about a 1 minute and 20 second plank. I'd like to get up to a 3-minute plank, but right now I'm just 120, but I'm working up to it. I also like to keep my flexibility by doing a little bit of a yoga workout, about a half an hour, and I meditate 10 minutes a day. Meditation isn't just good for your mind, but it actually reattaches you to your entire body, especially when you do a form called Vipassana, which if you haven't explored Vipassana, I highly, highly, highly recommend it for everyone. The first time you do it, it will be a 10-day silent meditation, and it seems daunting, but all you're doing is sitting and not talking. It's not going to kill you. And yet we have all this fear around, 10 days of silence, I'll go insane. It went a little insane, but I came out the other side a lot more enlightened about myself and how my brain works and how my body works. So I'll talk more about that. But for the sake of what do you do to keep a body like that, let's talk about eating. I don't eat dairy. I don't eat wheat. I don't eat refined sugar. And that's for the most part. I don't eat wheat at all. Wheat and me have not gotten along very well. In the United States, it's mainly the glyphosate that gets put on the wheat. That is an herbicide, but it's also fucks up my endocrine system. Is there a big iguana behind me? There is. Okay. So I don't eat wheat. And I challenge everyone to do 30 days without wheat, dairy, or refined sugar. Just take those 3 things out of your diet for 30 days, wheat, dairy, and refined sugar, and see how you feel after 30 days. After 30 days, add a little sugar in, add a little dairy in, add a little wheat in, and notice how your body feels when you eat those things. This is what I did, and I decided I don't want those things in my diet. Now, every once in a while, I treat myself to ice cream. I love ice cream, but not cheap crap ice cream. I haven't put high fructose corn syrup in my system in probably over a decade. It's literally disgusting and addictive. So when I say refined sugar, I'm talking about white sugar, sugar cane, not corn syrup. So if I go to a nice gelato place, I'm only eating ice cream maybe once every other week. And so I treat myself to really good quality ice cream. It's one of my needs. I do actually need a little bit of ice cream every now and then.